Flag on it.
All right, Grandma June. Well, it's Christmas. It's January 12th, actually, 2016. And this says,
Our family, a light that never goes out. Merry Christmas, blessings and love. Dad, Grandpa, Valerie, Joan, Jacob, Sarah, Tom, John, Linda, Hadley, Kathy, Bob, Mom, Grandma, Melissa, Charlie, Hannah, Ethan, Jackson, Sheila, Jacob, Christy, Rita, Joshua, Cassidy, Isaac, April, Madison. Yeah, that's our family.
Woo!
And we got Happy New Year.
oh. Here, hold that up.
That's a cool one.
Happy New Year. Okay.
Can I see it? Happy New Year.
And we got
That's
a
cool.
good luck coin for
So, yeah, Mom, Kathy asked me when we received this, and I said, December 23rd. And she figured I'm probably in the doghouse with you, and I probably am.
Okay. So we got a good luck coin for each of us. I'm gonna read it.
Oh no, can I read mine?
They're all the same thing.
Oh.
You read half, and then let Jackson read half.
When I was a little girl, my grandpa Hines gave me a nickel. Boy, was I ever thrilled. Usually I was given 1 or 2 pennies from my dad and mom. I was so thrilled. Grandpa asked me if I knew what I was going to buy with it. I began to breathlessly name off things I had been wanting. A puzzle, a doll, a coloring book, an ice cream cone.
You can finish that way if you want to. Okay. Let's see, stepped in ice cream cone. I remember seeing Grandpa's whole body begin to shake with laughter. He put his arms around my shoulder and giving me a hug and said, Nyla June, I suggest you buy the ice cream cone first. Now I know this coin won't even begin to buy anything on your first list of wants, so I suggest you just keep it as a good luck coin. Never know what good luck might be just around the corner. Be on the lookout. A real $1 coin.
Oh, that's cool. Hold that up, I'll get a picture of you with it for Ding.
That has James Madison on it.
Cassie, we hold up your coin in your thing. Ding. Good. Ooh, what else do you got?
$100.
What?
Whoa! That would have been the new goggles.
No, I wouldn't. Family-friendly Christmas money on your goggles?
Oh, is that the last one? Yo, young lady.
Oh, that's the last card.
I want to take one out after that because I love doing that. Yo. Oh, this looks like a check. I was kidding. Let's see what it says. Merry Christmas, ho ho ho. When I was in school, I paraphrased A Christmas Carol Scrooge into a poem. The meter may be off a bit. When you open this box before going through with I thought maybe the Speaker of the House would read the poem aloud. At the end, pretend to hear Grandma, Mom, join in with the Scrooge and saying, Merry Christmas to all and good night.
And to all a good night, probably.
Wait, I'm going to do it now. I have to do it right now. Merry Christmas to all and to all good night.
All right. Cassie.
Oh, and good night. Wait, one more time. Merry Christmas to all and a good night.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, Cassie, will you read the Christmas poem? We're going to pretend like this is Christmas.
A Christmas Carol. Ebenezer Scrooge is the odd fellow's name, calling Christmas just a humbug, put him high up into fame. He did not win his fame because people thought what he said was true. It's just to show you how he changed and what a dream could do. Now this old man lived by himself, so of course he had to batch it. The only person he was much of was his office clerk, Bob Cratchit. One day Bob to old Scrooge said, Christmas Day is drawing near. Could I be off for just that day since it comes one a year? Scrooge says, arising from his chair and on his face a scorn. I suppose I'll have to let you off, but don't be late the following morn. His nephew came to invite him for a Christmas dinner soon, but all old stingy Scrooge could say was a cold good afternoon. Later, some men walked into the room with a Merry Christmas smile. They asked him for some money to feed some homeless child. The next few words that old Scrooge says gave little consolation. He said, just like 'em die and thus decrease the surplus population. When Grouchy Scrooge went home that night and was sitting in his chair, dragging behind many chains, Marley Ghost came up the stairs. Now old Marley was Scrooge's friend. Poor Scrooge, he had a few more. We call him Marley Ghost because he had died 7 years before. Marley's ghost told tight-wad Scrooge that he'd better mend his ways and that 2 more spirits would visit him before the following day. Old Scrooge just turned and walked away with a hearty upturned head. He thought, it's only imagination. Then he quickly jumped in bed. But as the midnight hour grew closer, old Scrooge got filled with fear, because this hour the spirit was scheduled to appear. When the midnight had come at last, the spirit appeared right there. 'Twas a little girl about 6 years old with yellow streaming hair. I'm the spirit of Christmas past, she said, and tossed her little head. You're going on a walk with me, so get right out of bed. She took him through the village, showed him the folks within the town. She pointed out the old schoolhouse. In fact, she showed him all around. Old Scrooge had just gotten settled and caught his breath again. When he turned and looked around, another spirit had come in. I'm the spirit of Christmas present. Before I leave, you'll see the kind of life living and the kind you ought to be. He showed him the old houses like they were in bygone days, with Christmas at the festwigs, bringing back thoughts of forgotten ways. Next, the ghost of Christmas future came, of which Scrooge was afraid. Guess it would scare most anyway to see the private grave. They went into the stony street when they heard the townsfolk say that some old skinflint in the town had died the other day. They then went into old Joe's store, which was just a little shack. The happy people were selling clothes right off Dead Man's back. They found a boy named Tiny Tim had now ceased to live because the old heartless tightwad had just refused to give. They went on down the stony road, unlike our fine boulevards, and turned into a great big lot, which was in fact a graveyard. The spirit bade old Scrooge to read the name upon the stone. Ebenezer Scrooge, he moaned. That name, why, it's my own. Scrooge was a different man the following morn. He said, what day could this day be? 'Tis Christmas Day, said a little boy. Time to be full of glee. He went to his nephew's for dinner. For Tiny Tim he bought a bird. When he raised Bob Cratchit's salary, said Bob, 'tis the best news I've ever heard. From this time on, old Scrooge became a man of chalk, full of glee, with the spirit of love and the whole year round. A lovable character was he. Dickens' Christmas Carol, paraphrased by Nyla June Bose, 1945, Govite P. Gray School. P.S. When I looked up humbug and Bartlett's quotation, it gave the following excerpt from Dickens, great descriptions about Scrooge, which I thought you would enjoy. But he was a tight-fisted hand at the grindstone. Scrooge, a squeezing, wrenching, grasping, scraping, clutching, covetous old sinner, hard and sharp as flint, from which no steel had ever struck our generous fire, secret and self-contained, and solitary as an oyster. Of the spirit of Christmas past, he says, he came as a fiddler and turned like 50 stomach aches.
Nice.